The expansion will take about 3 years to complete. We'll take a look on the bottom of your screen, 647-0299. That is the number to call our Ask a Lawyer phone bank tonight. We're on your side answering all kinds of legal questions for you. Darcy is in our phone bank tonight where we have a panel of lawyers standing by to take those calls. Darcy, I know those phones are normally ringing off the hook. I imagine they're doing so tonight as well.
They are, Clark. And you know what? A big thank you to everyone who has made this a success. We cannot thank these folks behind us enough. And we took to the streets and we said, you know what, WLTX is going to be on your side with this phone bank. We're going to find out what you need to know. And here's one question from Bob.
I own rental properties and I wanted to know if I have tenants that aren't paying on time, what's the quickest and most efficient way of evicting those tenants?
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Cindy, good to see you again. Bob wants to know, and there are lots of folks in the Midlands who have rental property, how do you kick somebody out when they're not paying the rent?
There's actually an eviction process that is handled through the magistrate's court system. It's a matter of filing the proper paperwork. There is information actually on the bar's website. We have what we call the magistrate's guide, and it is available in our free publication section. You can download the forms. You can also talk to the folks at the magistrate's office. They will hand you the summons and complaint, and there's a process that needs to be gone through. They can also get some information from in other websites like Appleseed Legal Justice or South Carolina Legal Services on landlord and tenant rights and duties, and just so long as they follow the procedures in that law, they're fine.
Okay, wonderful. You got time for another question? This one from John. Let's see what John has to say.
Well, I'm an avid golfer, and if I was to shank a drive and hit it through somebody's window in their house, would I be liable?
All right, that sounds like a question that J.R. Berry could have posed as well. What happens?
Well, you know, shanking the drive, that's one of those things that you might want to check with the homeowner covenants. If they're living on the golf course, there may be an issue with whether if you're doing what you're supposed to do as the golfer and you're in there, it's maybe a risk that they assume by living close to that. It may end up being an issue that they just deal with the homeowner's insurance to take care of. I know that if you live on the golf course, like I've got, here comes a golf ball in my yard, now what? But that's part of what comes with being there. So there's some question with that. And that would, you know, I'd probably talk to somebody who does some real estate law who actually could answer that a lot more clearly than I can, because that's not my area, but definitely look at that because it would be a liability issue for whether or not they're in violation of any of the procedures being on the golf course.
Good to know. In addition to answering the calls, you guys are also available online to us tonight.
Yes, we are. There are 4 lawyers answering questions in a live chat set up at www.scbar.org/AAL, and you'll be able to talk to them, and they will have, if it's busy, 2 or 3 chats going at once, but they can handle that. So.
Wonderful. And I know you guys offer this type of help a lot. It's not just when you're on WLTX.
That's right. We actually have a website that we just launched in November. It's available 24/7. It's sclawanswers.org. You can post a question. There are some eligibility requirements, but it's civil questions. You can post them in a variety of topic areas, and a lawyer will answer them. Now, they're not time sensitive, so if you have a hearing in a week or so, you need to get a lawyer to deal with that. We did have some folks post and say, I've got a hearing at 3 o'clock, and they post it at 9 o'clock that morning. It's just not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. But we're available there.
Thank you so much, Cindy. We appreciate it. Again, the number to dial, 647-0299. These good folks will be with us until 7:30 tonight. Again, the phones are very, very busy. You can see for yourself, so don't give up. Just keep trying to call, and you'll eventually get through. Clark?
A lot of golfers calling in, making sure that the drive shankers don't get in trouble. Darcy, thanks so much.